So I want to welcome everyone to our meditation practice. Let's together take a deep breath in, exhale, breath in, exhale. One more time, deep breath in and exhale. As humans, when we are born, in a way, when we enter this physical reality, we are coming here with one mission, which is understand ourselves, is to discover everything that we are carrying within. And we have so much within ourselves, so much, the whole creation within ourselves, that one lifetime is just a drop in the ocean of everything that we are. If we live millions of years, it won't be enough to discover everything that we are. Why? Because we are infinite. Because we have the potential to bring to life everything that exists and what you see outside of you. Now, depending in what reality you manifest is the range of exploration that you can do. When you come into Earth, you are coming to explore a certain range depending on what is this dimension allowing you to be in that lifetime. You also define in what time of Earth, in what year, let's put it this way for you, in what year you want to be born, because you understand what that time, what that state of consciousness will allow you to explore. So you enter physicality with an intention of something that you want to discover that exists within you, but that you want to see it and that you want to get to know it better. In a way, you need the mirrors in front of you to see how you look like. If you don't have a mirror to watch your face, if you don't have something that will reflect your face, your body, you will not know how you look like. So you come to physicality to work with reflections so you can see yourself. It's not that you want to come to see your face. You want to come here to see what you're working within, what you're working through at a soul level. But because when you are a soul, you exist, let's say, in a less limiting condition, it's not that challenging for you. There are things that you cannot go so deep into it. So you decide to also explore yourself to get more information as a physical being. And let's understand this. While you are physical, you are still a soul. And as a soul, you are still living your life. But you are having a satellite of yourself, understanding deeper, getting deeper information about yourself to keep adding to your existence as a soul. So imagine that you are having your own life, but also you are watching videos of yourself. Imagine that you are trying to do a presentation and you practice and practice. But in order to see how you're doing, you watch your own recordings. You observe how you act, how you talk in your recordings to understand better aspects of yourself that you feel might have room for improvement. Imagine that you want to know, okay, how is my posture when I'm talking? Do I make eye contact? How is my voice? I cannot realize that. I cannot connect with that while I am talking. So I'm going to record myself and then watch me talking and doing this thing. Just to double check, to see how I'm doing it and see if I can make some improvements. So you're living as a soul, but then you are carefully going through things in physicality that gives your soul more information about your own self. That's why in physicality you create more limitations. So that way you really focus on specific things. It's not that you can do 100 things at a time, at the same time. As a soul, yes, you can. As a human being, no, you cannot. But what you're having is depth. And you take, as a human being, your sweet time to try things over and over and over again. So, you are manifesting on earth to collect deeper information about specific aspects of yourself that are useful for the life that your soul is living outside this reality. You're coming here to explore aspects of yourself. You're coming here to understand something that you know is within you, but you need to find it inside of you. Imagine that you put your hand in this bag that has so many things and you start picking things out of the bag and looking what is in it and grabbing something and say, oh, this is not it, and putting your hand in the bag and, oh, this is not it, until you finally grab what you were looking for. But before finding that thing in that bag that has so many things inside, you try many things and you bring things to surface just to look and say, oh, that was not it. This is in a way what you are here doing. Trying things until you say, oh, this is me. This is what I was looking for. In order to understand what you're looking for, in order for you to understand what resonates with you and what don't, you need helpers. And connect with this word that we are saying. You need helpers. That is people in your life. People in your life that when you bring to surface something, they will make you feel in one way or another way. If you want to understand joy, for example, you might bring from that bag a very loud laughter with weird noises. And then you're going to start laughing and the people around you will have a reaction. A reaction that you need to connect with, because they are your helpers. A reaction that when they give you that look, when they make that comment, will make you go within and connect with yourself and analyze how you feel. They're not saying yes or no. They're just giving you your helpers. They're giving you a reaction. And then you go within and you connect with the emotion, that that reaction generated in you. Now, in some cases, you might feel down because of the reaction that they showed you. You might feel humiliated. That's how you define it. And that reaction that they offered to you, your helpers, activate an emotion in you. And that emotion is a pathway for you to go deeper into yourself and find what you were here to find. Imagine that you want to explore singing. If you don't have your helpers, you will come here, make a sound, and that will be it. You will not have people criticizing you, applauding you, making comments about you. You will have nothing. So you will sing. Your singing will produce no effect in the environment. And you will not have any information to keep working on how you feel about singing and what are the things about your voice, the music that you want to explore more, change, adjust. You'll have no information because you'll have no feedback. Now, you agreed before entering that other souls will be your helpers, and they will help you understand how you feel about singing. So when you start singing, and also depending on what aspect of singing your soul want to explore, but when you start singing, your helpers will make comments, give you looks, create things around you that will make you feel in a specific way about you singing. Some will be very encouraging, others will be a little judgy. That's what your helpers need to give you in order for you to start having a whole theme of what singing is about for you as a way of exploring your connection with your voice, the vibration, singing, your passion, whatever it is that your soul needs to explore. Now, some of your helpers will encourage you. Others will give you a look that will make you feel uncomfortable. And here comes the wound of humiliation. You will feel humiliated. But that will create a pathway for you. You might decide that that's not really important, or you might realize that you need to work on that and invest more time and more energy on that path if you want to continue, if you choose to continue. You will feel a little off, but if your passion for singing is strong enough, you will decide that this is a path that you want to navigate, so you better commit to it. They, your helpers, created for you a path by giving you a reaction. And by you connecting with that reaction, you got understandings. And from those understandings, you're defined what is your next action, your next step. if you have nobody around you giving you any kind of feedback, you will have no interest. And if everybody that is always around you will only applaud you and tell you great job, you will not have any need for improvement and keep committing to it. You need the resistance to keep pushing forward. The resistance that sometimes the environment project in front of you is actually what you need to go within and find more information about that gift that is in you. For example, you find a number 3 and you want to explore number 3, and you bring number 3 out of that bag that you have and you put it out in the world, and people say, no, number 3 is not enough. You will be frustrated, humiliated, angry. You will feel like your 3 did not work, was not accepted, that you are less than, that you're not good enough because your 3 did not work. But then, if that is one of the themes that you want to explore, at some point, you will take a deep breath in, go within your bag and find number 4. And you'll say, okay, 3 did not work, let's try number 4. You train yourself to go from 3 to 4. And then you present 4 in the world. And maybe 4 is giving you less resistance, but still you feel that with 4 you cannot move that far away. You might take 2 or 3 more steps with number 4, but still the path is not open. You will again get frustrated, angry, humiliated, blah, blah, blah. You'll take a deep breath in, go back within and find what you have within your bag, which means training yourself to produce number 5. And then you bring number 5 to reality. You transform as number 5. And then you show, okay, now I'm number 5. And you'll see that, okay, number 5 is, helping you. You can move further with number 5. Still, not all the doors are opening for you. So what happened next, if you're still committed to this, if this is your real passion and a theme that your soul want you to explore here, you say, okay, I can see the path now. I need to keep training. I can see that from 3 to 4 to 5, things are getting better. So, I need to get 6. You go within, you train for 6. And then when you are ready, when you are a 6, you come to reality and you say, look at me, I'm 6. And at some point, you'll see the path opening. You see less resistance. It's never going to be a space with no resistance, because at that moment the journey ends. Again, it's not about you moving forward. Moving forward is an illusion. It's for you to transform from 3 to 4, from 4 to 5, from 5 to 6, from 6 keep going until 20, 25, 30, 100, 1,000, depending on how much strength you have, how fast you move, how deep you want to go within yourself. That's the whole meaning of this journey. Your own transformation, understanding what you're capable of. And that's why your helpers create that resistance in front of you. And that resistance sometimes is a way of humiliation. Now, you also have other helpers that will come at specific times during that journey to walk with you and offering you that push that you need. Because as human, it's very hard to keep going when all you got is resistance. So there is a balance of resistance and help. But no matter what is playing whom, whom is playing what. They are all your helpers. They are all helping you understand what is within you and how far you can go. Basically, how deeper you can go within yourself, how much you can transform in one lifetime. Do you have any questions? Is this theme fully understood?
I have a question.
Go ahead.
When a couple weeks ago we talked about moving past something that you can't get through. So if you move to five and it's on a particular topic, and the message was sometimes you recognize that in this life, basically in this life, you're not going to probably get through this topic.
Mm-hmm.
So move past it, understand that there's other things to create and other things to do, follow. So basically it felt like it was our higher source will guide us to the path of least resistance. So follow the desire to move to another topic, not stay on this topic and never get through it in this reality that we're living in. Is that so? Sometimes we can switch from five on one thing to three on another and move
You
to that
don't
next
you,
topic.
you don't come here with one thing to explore. You
Right,
have
right.
many. So you might have an intention to go from 1 to 10 in one issue, and then maybe in another issue you are already 100 and you want to move from 100 to 150. So if you reach the point of your exploration, then you'll have a very strong resistance and no helpers, no people that are here to encourage. And in that way, it's for you, that's how far you were able to move with this, in that theme, in this life.
And then what our higher source is always looking for the path of least resistance, and just follow where that path of least resistance is going, and we'll know that from an emotional standpoint. We'll know that it makes us feel good to go there, and we can move off the topic, right?
You will feel in your heart that the fuel for that exploration is over.
Got it.
You feel that the resistance is very strong and helpers, the ones that encourage you, are not coming. So in a way, it's not that you have more to give but you cannot go there. It's like the energy there is over.
Got it.
That's why
Good.
you
That's very
stop.
great explanation.
You don't stop because it's impossible. You stop because there is no more fuel in you to keep going that way, because the interest is gone, because that's all you wanted to explore. What keeps you going is the fire in you, the need to overcome the resistance. So that's where you come, you go within and you transform from 1 to 2, from 2 to 3. But at some point, it's like, yeah, that's it. That's how much I wanted to go. So there is no more need in you to keep transforming yourself. And life, to show you that that was it, life will put a lot of resistance, and life will not bring you more helpers or more people encourage you to keep going. So that is like something that is running out of energy, running out of purpose, and for you, running out of excitement, which is your fuel. But you will notice that at the same time that that energy is dissipating, in a way the resources to go that way dissipate. Now you start noticing that is another path for you to explore. And that's when you move from one path to another one. None of the path is a failure. It's just that the exploration range that you want to go through is done. It's over. You achieved what you wanted to achieve in this life. And that's where you move to the next one. Your fuel, your excitement now moves to the next one. And again, in the next path that now you're starting, you might have people that come to support you and encourage you, and others that will create a lot of resistance. But you have within you the fuel to fight for that path, to go within and keep transforming yourself. You always have fuel to go on a path. And in a few paths, You always have fuel to explore something because you always want to be exploring something. But you might have created a plan, and that's unique for each person. Each soul creates its own plan. Some of you might take one path for the whole life, another one just for a couple of years, and others go like 3, 4 paths at the same time at less speed, but more in a wider perspective. Others commit to one thing and they want to go really further. Everybody have a unique path on earth, depending on what the soul want to explore, how deep the soul want to go, and how important this process is for the soul. So, but you always have fuel. You always have an interest on at least one thing that you want to explore. Does that
The
make
fuel
sense?
analogy. Yeah, the fuel analogy is the best analogy I've ever heard. So when it's out, it tells you to move off that topic and go to where you feel where you have fuel.
Yeah,
That's
but
wonderful explanation.
don't think of life stopping you. In a way,
Right.
life say no because there is nothing else in you that
Right.
want to
I
keep
got it.
fighting. And it doesn't, you don't want to keep fighting and going and transforming because you got what you needed. So the excitement is gone because the fuel is gone because you explored everything. That's how your soul teach you or show you where to go and how you move. For example, you want to be a soccer player. So you have a lot of fuel, a lot of energy about playing the ball. So that is your thing. You see that ball and you get all excited, you want to kick it for hours. And you have the fuel to overcome any difficult in that field, in that theme. Even if people say you're not good, you're going to keep practicing and get better. But at some point, you start feeling tired of fighting, of playing, of practicing. It might be 5 years, it might be 20 years, depending. And again, it's not never about kicking the ball, it's about what you're going through within as you get better and better at kicking the ball. Okay? But at some point, it's like, I don't need to get better at this because now I want a family, because now I want to travel, because now I want to learn to cook. That's where your passion is. So the fuel that you have to kick the ball and get better at that dissipates. So you have no interest and you have no energy to keep fighting the resistance that that environment gives you. But now you start noticing that you are very feisty about cooking. And there is a lot of excitement, and there are books and videos and people, and the conversations are all about food. So that means that the time and the energy that you gave yourself for soccer is gone, but now it's time to activate the energy that you saved for cooking. Now, some people might want to kick the ball and cook at the same time. So instead of having 100% of energy on kicking the ball and 0% at specific moment about cooking, they might do 50-50. So they don't care about being that great at kicking the ball. They might feel better by just playing that. But at the same time, they want to set their time to learn to cook. So in that way, they're living two themes at the same time, but in a more softer way. And for most of you, you have many more things going on at the same time. Only a few commit to one thing, because committing to one thing, putting all your energy, all the fuel, and all the resources on one thing is a very difficult life experience. Some of you need other things going on at the same time, most of you. Of course, you might have 80% of your energy in one thing and then the other 20 divided in 5 or 6 more things. But there is a balance in a way. So the thing, when something becomes difficult, the other thing becomes easier, and that helps you to keep going. Okay, being focused on one thing is very stressful for a soul, but there are souls that come with that plan and they are willing to give up everything else in order to commit to that one plan. But think that is never a full stop from reality. You stop when your energy on the path is gone because you explore everything that you wanted to explore on that path. Are we explaining ourselves? Does that make full sense in you?
It's wonderful. Thank you so much. It's a great explanation.
You're very welcome. Any other question? So we want you today to connect with this word, helpers. Everyone in your life is helping you. Some are here to help you with encouragement, with what you feel is a positive support. Others are here to help you creating resistance, forcing you to go within and keep transforming, to bring another version, an upgraded version to yourself, to reality. Those are the ones that create uncomfortable moments in your life. Those are the ones that sometimes make you feel humiliated. But we want you today to start looking at everybody in your life as your helpers. And we want you to really connect with this word. They are here to help you. They are your helpers. In a way, they're working for you. So yes, honor that wound in you, that moment when you felt humiliated, and navigate through that. Go within, feel the feeling, and see what you can do in you. What else is in you that you can do and transform and create to overcome whatever resistance you are getting. Acknowledge and honor how you feel. We're never going to ask you to not feel how you feel, because we understand that the feeling of humiliation is a feeling that hurt you, but it's hurting you for a reason. It's going to bring the best of you. Now, connect with the feeling, accept the situation. But when you look at the person that created that feeling, remember this word, helpers. Because it is okay to go through the situation and feel the feelings, but for your soul, it's better if you do not create a judgment against the other person that was here to help you. Take in the situation, take in the feeling, take in what's happening in you. Take in the knowledge, take in the understanding. But when you think of the person, call it your helper. And thank that person for that help. And release the bonds, release the tension, release the chain. Set that person free. If that person is still in your life, when you look at her, when you look at him, when you look at them, look at your helpers. That's what they are. All right. Allow this energy, this frequency, this vibration around you to enter yourself. Let this understanding come into your mind at your own speed, at your own time. Let it come into your heart. These are things that you already knew. We are just reminding you. This is knowledge that you already know at a soul level. We are just translating that understanding in your physical self. Let it all sink in. Bring your hands to your heart. Feel our love. Feel the love of all the helpers in your life. And also notice how deep inside you, you are loving them back. Because love is all that is. Deep breath in. Exhale. And when you feel ready, open your eyes.